Before we move to John's opening comments, for those who aren't familiar, would you explain why you use the term master and emissary?
Okay, this is a kind of a fable in which there is a wise spiritual master who looks after a small community so well that it flourishes and grows. After a while, he realizes he can't look after all the business of the community himself, not just because there's now too much of it, which is part of it, but also because if he's to maintain his overall vision and to see the whole, he mustn't get distracted by detailed bureaucratic concerns. So he appoints his brightest and best to be his emissary and go about and do the administrative stuff, a high-level assistant. And unfortunately, that assistant is hubristic, knowing much less than the master. He thinks he knows it all. And he thinks, in fact, of course, he is the real master. And because of his lack of knowledge of what it is he doesn't know, he, the master, and the civilization fall into ruins. And that obviously is an allegory which could be applied, I believe can be directly applied to the idea of the relationship between these hemispheres, because one of them actually sees much more, is wiser. I'm not just using figures of speech. We know, and in the book I demonstrate how we know, that the right hemisphere is not just more emotionally and socially intelligent, which many people might assume is the case, but also more cognitively intelligent. So that where we have some evidence about what has happened to somebody's IQ, we have measurements before and after, say, a stroke. Where there has been a significant drop in IQ, the insult is almost always in the right hemisphere. So it's very important that the right hemisphere should remain the position of the master. And as long as the emissary follows the direction of the master that sees more, it's very helpful and useful. It's a good servant, but a very poor master.